Labour's Defence Secretary was in the hot seat this morning, but when asked a simple question, how are you going to pay for it? His answer left many scratching their heads. On BBC Breakfast, Defence Secretary John Healey faced mounting pressure over Labour's promise to boost defence spending. The headline sounds bold, 2.5% of GDP by 2027. But when the show's host, Sally Nugent, asked the most obvious question, where's the money coming from? The answer was vague.
We've said how we'll pay for the 2.5%. We'll never make commitments to increase funding unless we can show how we're paying for them. And we're switching money out of overseas development aid in this Parliament to be able to increase this defence spending, a record increase, a level this country's not spent since 2010, funding that has just not been available to meet the threats and to do what defence needs to do.
So your commitment is to get to 3%, Mr. Healey?
No, indeed. We aim to hit 3% during the next Parliament.
So where's that funding from?
As the Prime Minister said, we're 100%, he's 100% confident that we'll be able to deliver that 3%.
Confident, but where's it coming from?
Well, in the end, everything about a country and what it aims to do depends on economic growth. And that's why that's the number one mission of this government. It's why my job as Defence Secretary is to make defence investment, this record investment, an engine for growth in this country. More British jobs, better British businesses, greater innovation, greater tech right across the UK. We will do that, and we're doing that.
Healey stuck to the script. A £5 billion increase has been allocated to hit that 2.5%. But that's it. Nothing concrete beyond that figure. And when pushed about the larger 3% target proposed by the Strategic Defence Review, Healey dodged. Sally Nugent didn't let it slide. She pressed again. That's 2.5%. But how will you pay for anything more? Healey kept circling back to what's already funded. But that wasn't the question. The question was about what comes next. And it was here that the conversation got tense. Nugent called it out clearly, saying she didn't understand how Labour plans to fund anything above the 2.5% threshold. Eventually, Healey admitted something telling. Funding for the current increase is being pulled from overseas development aid. Let that sink in. UK foreign aid is being reallocated to meet defence goals. But when it came to funding future increases, say pushing up to 3% or more, Healey revealed the real plan. We're betting on economic growth. He pointed to Chancellor Rachel Reeves' projected growth as the backbone of the strategy. In other words, if the economy grows, the defence budget grows. If not, well, that's anyone's guess. Unsurprisingly, the response was swift. Critics have accused Labour of gambling on growth, a risky strategy in a global economy facing constant turbulence. Two former Conservative Defence Secretaries didn't mince words either. They slammed Labour's approach as breezy sloganeering, warning that security needs more than slogans, it needs substance. Their warning was clear. Invest now and buy peace, or panic later when the threat is already at your doorstep. They even suggested that the biggest danger in this defence review isn't Russia or China, it's the gap between promises and real action. The Strategic Defence Review, published just yesterday, outlines growing threats from hostile states, particularly Russia and China, and calls for the UK to step up its military readiness. But while other NATO members are pushing past 3.5% of GDP in defence spending, the UK is still playing catch-up, with no clear roadmap for funding beyond 2.5%. So we ask, is this just politics as usual? Or is Britain risking its national security on the hope that the economy will magically rise to meet defence needs? What do you think? Is Labour being cautious and responsible, or simply avoiding the tough questions? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the stories behind the headlines.